The Art of Sculpting Your Business podcast is sponsored by The Hive. The Hive is a small business resource center designed to support an innovative and entrepreneurial ecosystem in Virginia Beach. The Hive offers mentorship, networking, and a variety of fundamental resources for those who need them. The Hive, where businesses thrive.
Hello, and welcome to Series 2, Episode 1 of The Art of Sculpting Your Business, a series dedicated to highlighting resources, tools, and tips designed to drive innovation and growth. We are your hosts, Lavera Tolentino and Sheila Johnson. In today's episode, we will talk about subcontracting. We'll learn the value of subcontracting with our special guest, Maryann Woods. She is the president and CEO of Workplace Solutions. Workplace Solutions has been the leading provider on furniture and design projects in the Mid-Atlantic and beyond since 2000. They partner with regional businesses, national corporations, A&D firms, federal, state, and local governments, higher ed, healthcare, hospitality, and large general contractors, to name a few.
Maryann, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Lavera. Thank you for having me here today.
Wonderful. In addition to being awarded multiple projects with the city, you were also recognized by the Virginia Beach Minority Business Council at its 2022 Expo as the recipient of the Woman-Owned Firm of the Year for doing business with the city. What are your thoughts?
Honored. It was really quite an honor. It was a surprise to be notified that we were receiving this award. It's a great way to end a successful year of doing business with the city, and to top it off with something like that was really truly an honor, and to be recognized for our work here in City Hall and numerous projects with the city really it was a blessing and an honor.
Yeah, again, I will tell you, we're blown away by the number of individuals that you've had an opportunity to work with and the work that you've done. What projects sort of led to this culmination?
It's a number of projects. We're not a new company. We're in our 23rd year of business, so we've got quite a system down pat. A number of projects, particularly with the city. We've been very involved for the past several years. A lot of the temporary spaces, a lot of the moves. The culmination, of course, was City Hall, and again, that was such an honor. But we do a lot of projects, as you mentioned earlier in the intro, nationally, in the Mid-Atlantic, large projects where we are project-oriented, and service is number one for us, truly obsessed with service and the customer experience. And bringing that all together, I think, led to being able to do a project like this and earn that award.
Absolutely. One other question, do you all subcontract?
We subcontract our labor. We partner with top installation delivery firms nationwide, and especially, of course, here locally. And it takes a village to manage a project of this size and the type of and sizes of projects that we do, and to align yourself with great people. Number one, on my team, I surround myself with excellence. I'm very proud of them and the work that they do. But we also search for companies with our like-minded values, mindset, attention to detail, service-oriented. So we subcontract in that way on our labor side, but all of our work is in-house with our own team.
Fantastic. Lavera, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so Maryann, let me ask about the start of your business. How did you start? Was it as a subcontractor? Give us that kind of story. What was it?
Okay. I did not start as a subcontractor. I'm a certified interior designer, and I am from New York, and I was working for a multi-million-dollar firm in New York, and I met and married the Navy. So that brought me here to Virginia Beach, and for the first year or so, I was an independent employee. I went from an employee to an independent contractor, I guess, for this company, and the thought was perhaps that they might open up a branch here and I would manage it and run it for them. I was managing a team of about 12 at the time, doing a lot of marketing and travel, and turns out that they really didn't want to expand into the Southeast region. And so I had been doing this for a good 10 more 12 years or so and thought, well, I've been doing this for somebody else long enough, and I'm going to do this for myself. So rather than go out and market that company, and it's a fantastic company, a successful company, I'm going to start my own. And so it just started from the home with a newborn and working odd hours as I could, because my husband was deployed for in and out of the first 10 years of the business, and was just doing the business thing, the mom thing, the taking care of everything, military wife thing. So, that's how it started. And as the kids aged and as the business grew, it became obviously too much for one person, and we opened up our first showroom in 2010. Started hiring, projects started to come in, we earned some government and federal contracts, and the business just took off, and it's just been growing ever since. That, again, I'm grateful for and proud of. So that's my story.
A wife, a mom, an entrepreneur, in the design area, that's pretty busy life.
It's a busy life, and it's a busy life and a good life.
And so did you ever find yourself, did you take a break at any point, or did you just keep going and going with it?
I did not take a break. I just kept going and going, and had to hold back a little bit in the early years because I was one person and then two people and three, still with children and trying to be everything that we women all try to do.
Yes.
Wearing a lot of hats and doing what you can. But no, I did not take a break. It's just been full steam ahead, and we're in a very, very strong growth period right now for 2023. It's really exciting for us, and it's going to be a good year.
That's amazing. So you are located in Virginia Beach?
We are located in Virginia Beach.
Okay, great. So let's talk about a little bit about your experiences in doing business with the city. The city of Virginia Beach, we do have a SWAM procurement program.
Right.
And we pride ourselves on doing business with the small firms, woman-owned firms, and then minority-owned firms. So tell us a little bit about your experience in doing business with the city. Only the good stuff.
Only the good stuff. I only have good stuff, not just because of the podcast. It's been a ride. We had been doing business with the city for years, smaller projects, a little bit here and there, but quite honestly, we got very, very involved after the dreadful 531 day, and we started with project after project, assisting facilities with moves, test fits, temporary space. We had 175 chairs delivered within about 8 days after that incident. And again, you do that with a great team, with a great vendor partner who stepped up and produced the product and got it shipped to us and got it delivered to about 6 buildings here on campus to make the displaced workers comfortable wherever they were. And so that's really how it started for us, and that became a passion for us. And it was more about that and more about the people and how we could help and be anywhere and everywhere we could, wherever we were asked. It became more about that than about business. And and my team was all engaged in that. In fact, we were so shorthanded the day these chairs came because it was just a moving target, just trying to get them here this fast, that I engaged my son and about 8 of his buddies on his football team to come and help unload these chairs. And I'm like, I'm going to need you on that day. And they, yes, ma'am, any day. What day? Don't know yet. Just stay tuned. And there they were. So got a lot of volunteers to help.
That's awesome.
And we just do what we can to make things happen and to provide a service. We're really all about providing a service to all of our clients, and particularly the city. So that's one very, very positive experience. And since then, it's just been project after project. Being SWAM certified, we're super grateful for your support of that. There are procurement contracts that we have access to, which save the city money and time in the bidding process, and that's been a benefit as well. So it's been a very, very busy few years with you all, and it's been wonderful, and it's certainly contributed to our small business growth, and our women-owned status is obviously is what it is, but I also like to support other smaller women-owned businesses and just help us all grow.
Great. So basically, Workplace Solutions has outfitted the whole City Hall building basically, and it's a beautiful building.
It true is.
The furniture is absolutely gorgeous. It's really nice. So we appreciate what you have done for the city.
Thank you.
And if any of our listeners out there, if you haven't seen our building, you need to come by and take a look. Like I said, it's a gorgeous building with gorgeous furniture in there, and we appreciate Workplace Solutions.
It almost feels as if we are walking into a building in the city. You know, you mentioned your background, New York City. It does feel very clean.
Oh, New York City.
Yes, New York City.
Oh,
It's very modern.
Yes.
It's very
Yes, it
clean, and it's very functional.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, and it's nice to have something that's so beautiful to look at, but the way that it functions is really what's important, what makes the interior.
Right. It's a very nice building.
Yes,
and
it
it
is.
is. So a couple of more questions for you. Did you have to? Well, we talked a little bit. You did mention that you had to take your son and football team and volunteers.
that was one that I had to pull that one out of my hat.
That was something that was like a quick turnaround. But there's anything else you had to revamp to be successful in doing business with the city, and like any of your processes you had to turn around, because this is a large contract. Very large. Lots of pieces of furniture. So what else did you have to do to get yourself prepared for this?
You know, honestly, I have to say we were prepared because we work on large contracts like this a lot. Some of our federal government contracts are in the multi-million dollars range. And again, it takes a village, it takes a team, it takes organization, procurement practices, scheduling, logistics. We have logistics teams. We have project managers, project coordinators, of course, interior designers working on the planning side, supervisors, and then that goes down to our subcontractors who also have project managers and foremen on the job sites. And our project manager works hand in hand with those folks as a project like this is going on. So I have to say, honestly, because of our experience, we were prepared. And it was still a monumental undertaking. We have a photo of the first day, and I think there were within a month there were probably 39, 40 tractor trailers loads of furniture coming in, and people probably don't realize how much is in this building.
Right.
But that was just practically in the first month, and it takes organization to know what's coming when and the order you need to have it in. So that it's a smooth installation. We're working alongside other trades during construction, and everybody has their role and has a job to get done. And it takes a team to do that, and it takes a lot of organization. So because of our experience with a lot of our other projects with the city and federal colleges, what we do, we were pretty well prepared.
What's the size of your staff, like your immediate staff?
We are up to 13 now.
Okay.
And we're looking to grow again a little bit more this year. So calculated growth, but good growth.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. And so you mentioned subcontractors, that you have subcontractors, right? You employ. So what kind of subcontractors did you have to bring in to assist you with getting the furniture here, or with this particular contract with the city?
It would be the installation portion.
Okay.
So we don't have in-house installers. We have done that over the years, but we find it's better to partner with a company, with another SWAM certified company, which is important. And so they receive the product at their warehouse or here on site if it's that kind of a project. The size, a lot of it did come direct to site from the factories, from the manufacturers. And it's the installation. So they uncarton it all, they assemble it, they put it together, they remove all of the cartoning and leave it in a clean and workable space. And this one in particular was a good 4 or 5 month process.
Okay, nice. So, we talk about, like I said, we have a very good SWAM program here at the city, procurement program. And Workplace Solutions is one of those many suppliers or vendors that we do business with here at the city. They are SWAM certified, small woman-owned business located here in Virginia Beach. And again, Maryann, we can't thank you enough for, first of all, bidding on the actual solicitation and being awarded and then following through with what the contract required, and probably doing a little bit more than what was in the contract. So in closing, we just want to give people an opportunity to reach out to you. So how can someone contact Workplace Solutions for, maybe they have a business and maybe they could be a subcontractor, or they're interested in doing business with you, or they may need your services. I don't know. So just kind of tell us how they can reach you.
I appreciate that. So I think the easiest place is our website. It's www.workplacevb.com, VB as in Virginia Beach. And you can find out anything and everything about the company there, the contracts that we hold, the procurement contracts that we hold, the services that we offer, and there's a contact page. They can reach out that way. We are on all the social media platforms, and that's also on our website. General email is info@workplacevb.com. Mine is Maryann@workplacevb.com. And our simple old-fashioned phone number, 757-563-2845.
Well, we like the phone number part too.
Yes, the landline.
But
landline.
I really love the VB. So Workplace VB.
VB.com.
VB. Oh, awesome. We love that. So Maryann, we really thank you for joining us today. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Sheila. She's going to give us a little bit of a recap here.
Yeah, I will say, Lavera, I think that Maryann dropped some gems on this morning. The first thing is she saw a need, and she felt that she could add value. And so I think many business owners, they feel that way, but one thing I love about her is that she had the courage to jump 23 years ago. She also mentioned some things that were critical to her success. Service and customer experience were the two things that she mentioned initially that were extremely important, or still extremely important to the organization. She also spoke to the fact to have a team of good people. And with the subcontracting component, one of the things that she stressed was that it was easy for them to do it when they identified individuals with like mind. Individuals that had the same values, individuals that had an attention to detail and understood how important it was to deliver that customer experience. And I think the other thing that she mentioned here was the SWAM certification, how she was able to leverage the resources that were available to her. And again, not only the resources, but felt that she had the skill, the team, etc., so that she could, apply for that contract, and she won it. And she's performing well.
Right. And if I could mention too, and it's kind of like we're just going back over Maryann and everything you said. Basically, sometimes I look at potential suppliers, and Maryann stated, she said, they started with small projects.
Yes.
Small projects that turned into a huge opportunity, and an opportunity that led to growth and development of her company, and still growing and developing.
Right.
And let me ask you a couple of other questions, if you don't mind. Is there any particular training that someone on your team has to have, like your staff of 13? What kind of training or?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have a diverse team. We have 6 interior designers, and that certification for interior design is critical. A lot of people think they can do it, and a lot of people have great taste and can do it, but it's different when you're on this side of the business and this side of a project. It's a whole lot different when you're looking at that. So there's a 4-year degree, education, design, and a state certification and a licensing exam that a lot of people don't realize. So that's very important. Those are the types of interior designers that we hire. We have project managers who have taken project management courses. There are project management certifications that we are encouraging, and some are in the process of. There's OSHA certification, so safety on a job site is very important to us and to our subcontractors. Those are some of the certifications and education that's important to be able to execute a project of this scale.
Right. I think I'm a great interior designer myself.
At your house.
You are.
At my house. And then when I go back And I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, what were you thinking?
Yeah, this doesn't work, right?
Well, it's a whole lot different when you get into fire codes and means of egress and length of travel and aisle widths, and those are things that have nothing
things
to
that
do.
I don't know.
No, exactly.
Yes, she's an expert.
That
Yes.
has nothing to do
Yes.
with color and beauty, and that's the fun part. But there's a whole lot. It's kind of like, the icing on the cake. You've got to bake the cake first, and then you ice the cake. So it's what's inside. It's the planning that's the biggest part of interior design.
Yeah,
Commercial
I
interior
think what that says,
design.
Lavera, we need to stop trying to transform our home based on a photo we saw in a book.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's fun.
Or watching the home,
Right.
Home and garden
Yes.
channel,
Yes.
and you
I can
look
do that.
and you say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
no, you
that's
can't.
beautiful," and you go try to do it, and you just totally mess up everything
Yeah.
in your house. So we should leave it to the experts, is what we're saying.
That's okay. You have fun and do that with your home, but it gets a whole lot different when you're on a project like
Yeah,
this.
just when you were talking about the logistics of it, I just can't imagine having to just kind of plan out the delivery
Right.
of all this furniture,
Yeah.
and then I'm pretty sure you have to map out how you're going to bring the furniture in.
Absolutely.
And
How is it going to get in the building, and
Yes.
where is the closest elevator, and where are the other trades working, and are the spaces ready? And so there's a lot of pre-walkthroughs, a lot of pre-project management meetings leading up to how it's going to execute, how it's going to happen smoothly.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
lot of meetings.
Yeah,
a whole lot of meetings.
Whole lot of meetings.
Well, and I think it leads to what she said, the most important thing, or one of the most important things for her, is the customer experience.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the furniture can be in the space, but if the customer is not excited about it when they walk into the space, you may not get another project.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's not only the customer, which was, yourselves, the city, but the whole city is going to be using this building,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and so how they're going to use the space and the experience. And, at the end of the day, almost anybody, a company can sell you furniture. It's what you do with that. We don't,
Right.
take an order and run. It's again, about the service and the follow-through and the commitment to a positive project closeout.
Right.
And I think that's part of their brand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's infused throughout everything that you do. Excellence was one of the things that you mentioned as well.
Yeah, providing that excellent service. So, Sheila, did you have anything else for Maryann, or Maryann, anything you wanna add in or anything?
No, I don't think so. I just thank you very much for having me and for the opportunity.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think
And
we learned a few things,
we
and hopefully our
did.
listeners will as well.
Yeah, and so we kind of kept going. We had you give us your contact information. So if you could provide it again,
Sure.
that'll be great. And then we'll close it out after
Okay.
that.
So our website, again, is where you'll learn everything, most everything about us. It's always growing, always changing, but that's www.workplacevb, as in Virginia Beach.com. Phone number 757-563-2845. And my email is Maryann, it's all one name, Maryann, @workplacevb.com.
Well, thank you very much. Again, our guest today was Ms. Maryann Woods, President and CEO of Workplace Solutions. If you have any questions regarding this week's episode of The Art of Sculpting Your Business, please send it to artofbiz@vbgov.com. That's artofbiz, biz as in B-I-Z, @vbgov.com. And be sure to include your name, as we may share it on an upcoming episode.
Next week, we'll continue our conversation. Our special guest will be Josh Avello, founder of the nonprofit Kids in Biz. The topic, kidpreneurs. Thank you to our sponsor, the Virginia Beach Hive, where businesses thrive.